They were Quakers. They came to Nantucket Island first, and then they settled in Massachusetts. Then after the Revolutionary War, they moved to Guilford County, North Carolina. Jonathan Huddleston's wife was Phoebe Gardner, and they moved to Indiana in early 1800s because he was very strongly abolitionist. They lived in Union County, Indiana first, and then they moved up here to the Mount Auburn area where the house is. And the whole area up here was at one time known as Huddville because almost every house west of this library was built by a Huddleston.
They moved here with their family of 13 children to establish a traveler's inn on the National Road. The National Road had been created earlier in 1830s. It had really come through this area. So the Huddlestons recognized that there was going to be an opportunity here where they could build a traveler's inn and both have a farming establishment but also service the travelers that would be passing by. So the area really became kind of a hub of local and regional, national travel across the country. It's a perfect symbol of the whole crossroads of America because you have the National Road here in front that John Huddleston actually helped create himself. He created that. You also have the canals that run through Cambridge City that ran from Hartford City all the way down to Cincinnati. And then you also have the train that is right behind us, follows the property line there. So it's a true sense of the term of crossroads of America.
At one time, there was miles and miles of pioneers going west on this road out here. And there would be as many as 40 wagons, either on the road or on his property. He sold food for the horses and oxen. He sold groceries to the people. He didn't house the people. They stayed in their own wagons. If they had terribly rainy, bad weather, he would allow them to sleep in the basement or sleep in the barn. Some of them had waterproof wagons so they could sleep in their own facilities.
The National Road was the first road that was funded by the federal government. This was very important in both making the westward expansion a concrete notion. So they created the road to connect the eastern ports to the Mississippi River. So by doing that, you're not only funneling people and goods, but you're funneling dollars this direction. So it really cemented the westward migration that they were hoping to accomplish. The Huddleston House was saved because Mr. Eli Lilly saw this home and he saw the value in preserving it. In 1966, he found the house. He was working with Indiana Landmarks and he had requested that they purchase it, and Indiana Landmarks obliged after they received the donation from Mr. Lilly for the purchase price. So when they did that, we took over the building and we began rehabilitation for the site. This is one of the last remaining travelers' inns on the National Road that has public access to it. The majority of them are private residences or they just don't exist anymore. So if we weren't going to preserve this building, and if Eli Lilly did not identify this as being a significant building to save, then it just wouldn't be here, and that would be a missing element to our shared local and national history. So it's very important to preserve these because without them we won't have any physical reminders of our past.